Good day. This is Carla. It's December 26th and the time is 6:37 a.m. And this is pretty much going to be me giving a little bit of some downloads and just my thoughts on some shit. So I appreciate everybody that's going to hang in there with me until the end. I'm going to try not to have it too long, but it's just some things that I've been told that I should talk about. So, one being spiritual warfare. I know everybody's tired of hearing that. It's been talked about, but it needs to continuously be talked about because it's continuously happening. So, I have a client that's also my practitioner. And vice versa. But anyway, she gave me a lot of information that I did not know, first and foremost. Like how, now I knew that entities could attach to things, but I thought it was somebody had to kind of like initiate it. I didn't know that they could just attach to shit. So that was something that I learned. Grateful for learning it as well. I also learned that I had a specific curse on my blood. Me, my children, my children's children, so on and so forth. Which fucked me up. But I know who did it. I'm working on it. Also, that's another thing when it's come down to people putting curses on bloodlines and things like that. Spiritual warfare, entities and demons being attached to shit. Spiritual warfare is happening because it's a shift that's happening. This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning of this shift. And if you are tapped in tune with your spiritual side, with the spiritual realm, however you want to put it, you probably recognize it. You probably can feel the shift of the energy and everything like that. But this is just the beginning. I can't even remember exactly when I did this reading, and I have looked for it. I have not constantly been looking for it, but I'll look for it, and I can't remember what I titled it. And I really wish it would just show the fuck up. But basically, in that reading, which I've said this a million times before probably, that people were going to start passing away. People was going to start dropping like flies between the holiday season and the beginning of the new year. Not the calendar new year, but the earth new year. And then it was going to be some people that it was going to be the calendar new year. So all of this is going on, and it's a lot of people that, like myself, I would say like myself, and this is something that's specific for people who are spiritualists, herbalists, mediums, psychics, whatever you want to title yourself, tarot readers. Things have always have seemed like no matter what you do, you can't get ahead. It seems like you can't get your message out there enough. And I'm talking up to the readers who's doing this to help, not, oh, I just picked up some tarot cards and I'm about to make some money type shit. Karma gonna get your ass, so I ain't talking to you. And you could be mad, because if you mad, that means you one of those people. But anyway, I'm talking about people who genuinely are doing this, people who are called to do it. Like, it I didn't seek this shit out. I did not seek to be a tarot reader, a spiritualist, excuse me, a herbalist or anything like that. It was literally, I was called to do it. Because I was terrified. I thought I was losing my shit. I've said this before. I say it often. I knew I was a kid and I didn't understand why I knew things, and before it even happened, I didn't speak on it at all. Another story for another day. But just, if you was called to do it, then you get it. It's when you walk in on the light side of things, when you are doing things to be in a positive light, to uphold the word of God, to walk with and in the spirit of God. When you are doing that, and it's obvious, I know I'm probably sound like a broken record because so many people say it, but when you're doing that, it's going to be people that's going to want to try their best to stop you. And that's the work of the devil, of course. And then I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be real, because sometimes the devil don't even need the motherfucking credit. It's just because people are people and they don't want to see another person succeed or do better than them, unfortunately. And instead of giving a person their just do, they praise, their accolades, or whatever it is that you want to call it, they'll put them down. They'll try to belittle whatever it is that they're doing to make it seem like it's nothing. It may not be nothing to you, but it's something to them. It's something that's important to them. And that's why this spiritual warfare has been going on for so long. That's why it's so easy for the devil and all this negativity to just come in and cause all types of fuckery. In this movie, this is like, I would say number one on my list for my gangster movies. The Usual Suspects. We got The Usual Suspects and Scarface. I know people are like, was Scarface not number one? Another story for another day. But Usual Suspects. So I say 1 and 1A. Scarface would be 1A. But anyway, in this movie, what is that man's name who played the character? Kevin something, not Kevin Costner. Kevin Spacey. That's it. He played this character. I ain't gonna give it away. It's an old movie, The Usual Suspects, but it was good. At least to me. But he played this character, and he plays like he's crippled, like he's handicapped. And he said something when he was in the police. He didn't say it. It was like commentary, I guess, or narration. Thank you. That's the word, like the narration. But it was his voice. And he said, this was like towards the end of the movie, he said, the greatest trick that the devil ever pulled was convincing the world that he didn't exist. Yes and no. I used to be like, damn, but when you know better, you do better. When you know. And I'm like, that right there, actually, in my opinion, is not the greatest trick that the devil ever pulled. The greatest trick that the devil ever pulled was Hollywood. That's my opinion. That's Carla's opinion, okay? Because if you look at this shit, and this is still going on with the spiritual warfare, it's all a point. You have celebrities that are very talented. They are, how can you put it? They not for the fuck shit. Let me say that. They not for the fuck shit. And you notice how those particular artists, they don't have any new music. Because they've been banned, whatever, 1010 on the timer might mean something to somebody, but whatever. I use this particular artist, which I like her, Maya. I think she's a bad bitch, my opinion. She can sing. She from my era. But I watched an interview with her and they was talking about, like asking her like what happened and, you're not doing the music anymore. She was basically saying, she literally said, because I didn't sell my soul to the devil. And then I've seen actors and actresses and singers and all types of different celebrities when they do these interviews and shit like that, and then they ask them about their success and everything. Jack Black is the person that they showing coming to mind. I don't know what interview, late night show he was on, but I seen a clip and they was talking to him, asking him about his success and stuff like that. And he said, "Oh, I sold my soul to the devil," and laughed. But Katy Perry said it too. And I'm not saying this, don't come for me, y'all fans. The shit, look it up. Okay? I'm not repeating nothing that ain't been already out there in motherfucking world. But it's like, these people are saying this and they're laughing and nobody is taking this, or maybe they are now, but people didn't used to take this shit serious. Like, oh, they said they sold to the devil. And I'm one of them people. I was one of those people, not gonna lie. I used to think it was weird, like, why the fuck would you say that? But, okay. But this is the other thing. This is the other trick that comes along with Hollywood. You can't sell your soul because your soul is not yours. Your soul literally belongs to God. So what you basically do when it comes down to selling your soul to the devil, you forfeit your spiritual inheritance. You're forfeiting. You're willingly giving up. You're giving up your spiritual inheritance for now. Because you want it now. So the devil say, okay. I don't know if y'all just heard that knock, but the devil say, okay, I could give it to you now. And you gonna have it. But you gonna have to pay for this shit. Some people are willing to do that sacrifice because they don't give a fuck. They do not give a fuck. Because they want what they want when they want it. And they gonna do whatever it takes to get it. And that's fine for them. That's not fine for everybody. But a moment of pleasure for a lifetime of pain. That was something that I used to hear when I was younger, when it came down to intimacy and using protection. And I mean, that shit still stands to this day. A moment of pleasure for a lifetime of pain. That don't necessarily mean a kid. That could mean something that you can't fucking get rid of. And even if you can get rid of it, it's like, that shit's still there. That shit's still there. It's on paper. You had that. That's not cool, but it is what it is. And I know everybody ain't gonna know your medical history and shit like that. But why put yourself in that position? And that's exactly what people are doing, have done, and still are doing. I got an email from YouTube a couple of days ago saying that it was something wrong with their system. So the numbers that I see are not reflecting what I actually have as far as subscribers and views and things like that. I said, well, wow. Thank you for the honesty. But I already knew. I already knew. So I honestly don't know how many people actually subscribe to my channel or how many views and things or even comments. It's that fucked up to the point where I don't even see that I have comments until like days or like fucking weeks later. People commenting on my readings and things and excellent. And it's like, I'm not ignoring you. I promise you, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not that type of person. Unless you want some bullshit, then yeah, I'm gonna ignore you because I'm not gonna give you my energy. But if you know those that are genuine and just interacting with me, because I do enjoy the interaction, I do enjoy the feedback, because sometimes I might misspeak and say something wrong. And like, oh no, Carla, when you said such and such and such and such, it's actually, and I appreciate that. Because again, it's a way to go about things, as I stated before. You don't have to be an asshole. We all grown. We can have adult conversations. You can correct an adult the proper way. Ain't nobody a kid over here. But I might be silly sometimes, but I'm a grown ass woman. But the spiritual warfare it has spilled over into the physical. So now everybody is saying, things are about to change. Yeah. And it's about to change in a way that people are just not going to be able to comprehend. It's going to be horrific for a lot of people because they're not going to know what to do. They're not going to know what's up, down, left, right, back, forth. They're not going to know nothing because everybody is so focused on what they want for themselves instead of trying to figure out what it is to do to help the world to continue and prosper. Because all of this shit, I don't know why people thought that it was going to be okay for them to do all of the things that have going on in this world. Digging up bones, dinosaur bones, graves and shit like that, desecrating graves, just all types of shit that has been done to this planet. The cutting down of the trees, the fucking with the water, the ozone layer. Cause I got a download about that shit. I was watching it was like a couple of clips. It was some years ago, some years old. um Jane Elliott, I think that's that lady's name. Though a lot of people don't like her because she basically tell the motherfucking truth about shit, in my opinion, from what I've seen when it comes down to black people, black history and things like that. And just, she get a breakdown of it. A lot of shit that we were not taught in school. She talks about why education. She talked about why education is the way that it is. So again, like I said, this was a couple years old. She was on T.I.'s little platform. I don't want no disrespect because it ain't little. T.I.'s platform on YouTube. I forget the name of it. Exclusivity or something like that. Shit just come up on my timeline and I like, okay, it's for a reason because I was not Googling searching this shit, or not Google searching, but leaving YouTube searching this shit, or talking about it for that matter. But anyway, again, all of this spiritual warfare and shit, like I said, it's all coming together. It is a point. It's to stop and I just heard to stop the revolution will be televised, to stop the revolution of prosperity for a movement and just better days, because I can't think of any other way to put it. It's like this world has been ran by the devil for I don't even know how long. I don't know. Excuse me. Yes, God has allowed it. because God gave us free will. And it's like, if you got kids, you or just anybody, if you have to deal with, you allow a person, you give them so much rope to let them hang themselves, so to speak, or you give them an inch, they take a mile type shit. So that's basically what it is. I'm gonna see what you gonna do. I'm this shit gonna be laid out for you, and I'm gonna see what you gonna do. And now God is like, okay, enough is enough. Because I done gave y'all warning after warning. Like, okay, look, I know I gave you free will. I'm not taking that shit away from you, but I'm just letting you know, if you continue to go this way, it ain't gonna be good for you. It look pretty. It look real pretty. But that's not it. That you be careful, and you get all of these warnings and shit like this, and you continue to go and do the same shit, and then you want to go to God, why? I told your motherfucking ass not to do that shit. But God, you take it so long. Well, that's gonna take too long. I'm guilty of it. Oh God, I gotta wait. Why I gotta wait? Oh, and then I did some shit on my own. And I fucked around and I found out. And then I said, I think I might as well do this shit God's way. Because my way ain't fucking working. And I wasn't about to go and make no swaps with the devil. Fuck that nigga. Because he don't mean me no good. Or nobody no good. And this whole spiritual warfare between God and the devil, or whoever the fuck you want to call him, it ain't nothing but a whose dick is bigger. And you can be like, oh no, she didn't say. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. First of all, God is not binary. And these are just words that I'm using, to analogies or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Non-binary across the board. Angels do not have genders. God does not have a gender. God is God. God is energy. God is infinite. God is everything. And that's just, a lot of people don't get that. And we are all guilty of chasing after things because we see it on TV, or my friend, she got, or my homeboy, that'll be. We have to stop and think, what is it that they really had to go through to get that shit? Because everybody gonna make all their shit look good on the surface, but behind closed doors, you don't know what this motherfucker done had to go through or what they did. They could have lied, cheated, stole, killed, murdered, whatever the fuck, to get what they have behind closed doors. And you like, oh, I want that, I need to get that. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because that was an ill-gotten something, whatever it is. No, you want to get it the right way. Because just like how they got that shit quick, they'll lose it quick. 2341 was just on the timer. So, and like I said, I learned that the hard way. Hard head make a soft ass. That's some shit my mama used to tell me. Hard head make a soft ass. My ass is a big one. It was pillowy soft at one time, because my head was hard than a motherfucker. Hard than a motherfucker. I was just walking around this bitch like, I'ma break the wall, watch me. I'ma break the wall, watch me. Doing the same dumb shit over and over again. And then when I fall after bumping my head up against the goddamn wall, yes, a lot of cushion back there, but that cushion didn't do me no good. It didn't do me no good. So we have to understand that even though we want the right now, we feel like, well, let me say this. Let me speak for myself. At times, even in the present times, I'm ready. God, please, I'm ready. What else do I have to do to show you that I'm ready? But that's me being on my timeline yet again, and not the timeline of God. God knows when I'm ready. Just like God knew when I would be able to handle this life. God knew when it would be time for me to know the things that I know. Like finding out that my father is not my biological father. I wouldn't have been able to. I said, oh, I should have known this when I was younger. I should have known this then. It's not fair. It's fucked up. Which it is. But in the same breath, I probably would have fucking killed myself finding that shit out at a young age. And I'm just being real. I would have did everything in my fucking power because of what I dealt with growing up. The abuse, the neglect, the hatred. Just all of that shit. And I would have been like, which I was as an adult. Like, so, oh, that's why y'all used to beat the fuck out of me? That's why this bitch hate me? And that's why this motherfucker used to always say that shit? Ancestry DNA told on my mama. Who told on her motherfucking ass? Yeah. And I did this shit to prove you ain't my daddy. I know who the fuck my daddy is. Which he is. Still my fucking daddy. He's just not my biological father. So, yeah. But it was revealed to me at a point in my life when God was like, she can handle it now. And it fucked me up. I'm still fucked up about it. I'm in therapy. I'm on medication. Not just solely because of that. Oh, but that shit like 60% of the reason. 75. Let me quit lying. The whole everything surrounding that. Yeah. But again, it was when I was able to handle it. So, wait on God. Wait on God. Or you're going to find yourself on the wrong side of this spiritual warfare. And you're not going to win. People tend to think that, and let me say this. I don't know if I have talked about this before. I'm being honest. I've struggled with my memory. I have blackouts and shit like that. The other reason why I'm in fucking therapy. But I used to have this, well, still have this dream. I don't have it often. Like, it's not a nightly, daily, monthly, but I've had this dream throughout my years, even going back to my childhood. This same dream, always the same way. I'm standing in a street. It's a building to the right of me that's white. It's just glistening, just pretty white. Got pillars, steps. And then to the left of me, it's a glass building, but it's all dark. Like the windows are tinted, or it's just dark in the building. It's a lot of chaos. It's just a lot of shit going on. I look up. God is standing and leaning on the building, just leaning, just like how I'm like this, looking at me. I look to my left. It's the devil. He chilling, leaning on the building, looking at me. It's so much fuckery in the background that I can see. Not behind me, in the back of God and the devil, right? I see smoke. I see flames. I hear gunshots. I hear screams. I hear all of this shit. It's just like, it's like the end of the world. Might as well say it was the end of the fucking world. Everything was off the goddamn ziggity boom. And I'm standing there looking at God and looking at the devil. And they looking at me. And God said, well, what you gonna do? You talking to me? What am I gonna do? You tripping. Tripping. And then I'm standing there trying to figure out, because I know God ain't talking to me, asking me, what am I going to do? Like, what is the metaphor behind this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the metaphor behind this shit? What am I missing? 31:13 was just on the timer. Well, I said this was going to be short. My apologies. But thank you for sticking with me this time. So, the devil looking at God, God looking at the devil, and they like, well, what you going to do? Is it going to continue or is it going to stop? And I'm like, what? I wake up. I wake up every time after that question. Is it going to continue or is it going to stop? So, is this spiritual warfare going to continue, and is it going to continue to be balanced or unbalanced? Let me say that. I don't even want to say balanced. Are the scales going to continue to tip towards the left, the dark building? Or are we going to tip the scale to the right, to the light building? Because, and I say that, and I know, like, why is it not balanced? It will have a balance because that's just the way it is. I mean, that's God's plan for it to be balanced. It's not, and I'm repeating at what I'm being told. As much as it would be amazing for it to just be absolutely nothing but fucking rainbows and unicorns and flowers always blooming, the sun always out, and it only rains on the plants just for growth and things like that. That would be fucking amazing, but that's not balance. That's not balance. Balance is the good, the bad, the pretty, the ugly, the up, the down, the left, the right, the back, the forth. That's balance. So it will never be no evil. It will never be no bad. But because the world has to be balanced. And that balance comes in when somebody does something bad or evil, they have to suffer the consequences of those actions. So, like, I go and I rob a bank. I go to jail for robbing that bank. And I have to pay whatever fine that I have to pay. That's just that. That's the balance. I stole some shit. I got to pay for the consequences of my actions. Versus, I stole some shit. I took a couple, 2, 3, 4 lives. And I fled to another country. And I ain't suffering not nan consequence. I'm doing my thug thizzle. I'm living my motherfucking life. That's not balance. That's not balance. So there will be balance. But before that balance happen, the scale is going to tip to that white building with them pillars looking like marble, shiny and shit. Oh, that scale. Oh, that scale gonna hit them steps. Yeah. So it might be like this right now. Because remember the building on the left. It might be looking favorable for that building on the left, the dark building. But when that shit starts to do this, it's going to do that. And a lot of motherfuckers is, yeah, you going to get flung the fuck on. Because that's going to create the balance. That's going to create the balance. Right now, the balance is tipping. It's not balanced. The scales is tipping to the left. But that's why people gonna start dropping like flies. That's why Mother Nature, the earth, is about to fuck up some shit too. So, for those of you that are on the right side of this and you doing the work that God told you to do, however that may be, whatever that path is that God designed for you, and you're doing that, even because I'm gonna tell you right now, even if you fussing and you bitching and you complaining about it, because I am a motherfucker. I be like, God, you want me to do what? Why I gotta do it? Can't it be somebody else to get a message like this one? Because I feel like I'm just babbling. But no, you need to say this and this. I'm exactly. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I fuss about it a little bit. I'm not gonna even lie. I might even procrastinate a little bit. I told God, you know what? I love you and I know you love me. And I'm going to do it. But I'm definitely going to complain about it just a little bit. As I'm doing it, while I'm doing it, before I do it, after I've done it. And then I'm going to be okay. But the job is going to get done. It will get done. Say it's almost like I say, oh, I already know Carla going to be talking her shit. As long as she do it. I don't care. Let her say what she want to say. As long as she do what the hell I told her to do. That's what it is. As long as you doing what God told you to do, he don't care about you fussing the bitch and complaining about, just do what I told you to do. Just like when you was kids, you better not, but the difference is, your mama used to be like, you better not let me hear you, and you'll be talking shit up under your breath, but you still did them motherfucking dishes or did whatever the fuck she told you to do, whether it's your mama, your daddy, or whoever that parent was, or guardian was. You talked that shit up under your breath. They didn't hear you, but you did it. And they already knew you was talking shit. They ain't give a fuck about you talking shit. But them dishes got done. Them clothes got folded. That room got clean. Floor swept, mopped, window, whatever. It got the fuck done. It got the fuck done. And that's just what it is. You doing what you supposed to do, the path that God put you on. You'll come out on top of it. It looks bleak to the motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. It look bleak to the motherfucker. Like, oh, this shit just ain't gonna never end. I complain about that shit all the time to the person I said, she a client and / my practitioner all the time. Like, driving her crazy. At least that's how I feel. Like I'm driving her up a damn wall. Like, I'm just tired. I'm ready for God to do the things that he said he was going to do for me. I've seen where he said he was going to do this for that person, or I done did a reading for somebody, or I'm doing a reading for the masses, and, somebody a comment like, damn, like, yeah, like, exactly. Or my open floor readings when I do those, and, somebody asks a question, and they like, yeah. That exactly, like, or damn, thanks for the information. I was thinking that, wasn't sure. However, and I'm like, that's cool, God. I'm glad, you letting them, you giving it. You like, yeah, I said in here, bam, boom, There it is. And then I'm like, I'm standing there smiling like, it's my turn, right? Oh, nope, not yet. Like, what? Wait a minute. Wait, what? Is not my turn? It's not my turn. No, because I need you to finish doing this first. Like, but can it be my turn while I'm still doing that? No, it don't work that way, Carla. Just do what I told you to do. But God, this ain't fair. This some bullshit. What? As I'm sitting down pulling them cards, or as I'm giving a message like I am now. The spiritual warfare is, again, it's gonna be something that's always going on, but it will have balance. The scale will tip, and then there will be balance. And we gonna see whose dick is bigger. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And now, again, that's a metaphor. Because God is not binary. So please, please, to all of the Bible thumpers, keep it to yourself. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to comment. You can, if I've offended you and you've already subscribed, you can unsubscribe. It's okay. It is okay. I will not be offended. Because you don't have to listen to, subscribe to, follow, comment on anything that you don't agree with. You don't have to watch it if you don't agree with it. You can simply, okay, remove this type of content from my timeline. I'm okay with that. I really am. What I'm not okay with is the fuck shit and, whatever. But anyway, the crumble is already started with Hollywood, as everybody already knows. So that's just the beginning. Just the fucking beginning. And this shit is about to go quick, because by the time the motherfucking flowers start to bloom, half of the entertainment industry is, and that's across the board, actors, actresses, ball players, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, across the motherfucking board, go disappear. I'm just a messenger. And I don't mean it might be some that's, but when I say disappear, they're not going to be doing what they doing now. They're not gonna want to be in the limelight. And then, because a lot of motherfuckers are, shapeshifters and shit like that, which fucked me up too. I'm like, wow, damn. But everybody don't believe. So again, my opinion, my thoughts. Okay. I know what I've seen. I know what I've been told by God, my spiritual team, my ancestors. And again, this is why I said I was chosen. Because if I could, you know how many times I done said, God, can I trade? Can I get something else? Can I do something else? Because I don't want to know all this information. I don't want to know about nobody. That ain't none of my business. It ain't none of my business. It ain't. It's none of my business. But I be knowing. And I don't be wanting to know. Like, this is none of my fucking business. But I'm about to be 45 minutes in. And again, thank y'all for listening. I know it sounds like a lot of babble, but if you know, you know, it makes sense to you. I'm just giving you what I was told to give you. So just get ready, because if you on the right side of this, it look, like I said, it look bleak now. But by the time the flowers bloom, you're going to be walking in so much abundance. that you're going to be like, wait a minute, I had only asked for $20, God, and I got 20 grand. Yeah, that type of abundance. All of those that are on the right side of this, okay? And that does not mean just okay, all just tarot readers and spiritual people. No, I'm talking about across the board, human beings across the board doing the things that they are supposed to be doing. You could be a nurse, a doctor. That's the path that God put you on. And you doing that work and you making sure you're taking care of people and doing those things. That's that path that God put you on. So whatever it is that you have been struggling with as a nurse, as a doctor, as a lawyer, as a judge, as a paralegal, you're doing whatever that is that God called you to do. If you have been struggling with it, dealing with adversities and that shit, by the time the flowers bloom, 2025, they said specify 2025. By the time the flowers are blooming, wherever you are on this planet, when the flowers start to bloom for you, that area, 2025, your abundance you will start to see it. It's you're gonna see it. It'll be noticeable. Let me say that. It will definitely be noticeable to you. Okay? So just go and get ready, because during these next couple months, it's gonna be rough. This shit, cause it gotta get balanced. The scales gotta tip, and like I said, that shit, Hollywood is just the beginning, baby. Just the fucking beginning, and it's about to be quick than a motherfucker. You gonna blink and be like, And I'm going to touch on this and then I'm going to be gone, because they just brought it back to my attention. Because I ain't heard nothing else about it. I literally heard about it yesterday. And that was it. The portals. Those 5 that the Pope opened. I'm going to look up. I ain't looked it up yet. I just ain't seen it on my timeline. Usually, because it was on my timeline yesterday. Now today, I don't even see nothing about it. That's just me. And it was brought to my attention. I wasn't looking for the shit. But now I am. Because why the fuck is it all shit that I wasn't looking for? Always flooding my timeline. Always. Like I wasn't looking for that. And the person that I saw it, it was just there yesterday and I looked at it and it ain't even in my watch again. All right. I'm sorry it took. No, I ain't. The message is the message. I was about to say, I'm sorry I took so long. No, I'm not, because this is what God told me to do. So I'm not going to apologize for the work that I'm doing for God. Okay, so I'm about to, I don't know. I'm about to figure out my life for a second, because I need to. Take care. Be blessed. I hope that this helped. And again, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, it's okay. You don't have to be nasty or anything like that. We are adults. You cannot follow me. You can not comment. You cannot give a thumbs up. You don't have to share it. But if you I fuck with Carla, go on and give me a thumbs up. Leave in the comments where you from. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If that's what you want to do. Again, like I said, I enjoy the feedback and everything like that. I know with this spiritual warfare shit going on, a lot of my shit has been blocked, because I do have a lot of motherfuckers that just don't want me to move forward. So I have people that do work and root work and all that type of shit on me. So, like I said, it's whatever, because God don't like ugly and he ain't too fond of pretty. And I'm about to toot my own horn like a motherfucker, because I'm one of his favorites. I didn't think I was, but I'm one of his fucking favorites. And don't nobody put baby in the corner. Bye-bye.